Morning guys, just want to talk about medical insurance and other bits and pieces for access to hospital in the Philippines. If you haven't got any money on you, and you haven't got a field health card, and you haven't got private health insurance, you're going to find it difficult to get into a hospital in the Philippines. A lot of the times, quite simply, they need it like you would with a construction project. You're looking for at least the materials as a initial deposit. Because it allows you to cover most of your costs in that initial payment. And recently somebody had to go to a hospital, and it took 3 hospitals to get one to admit them because they had limited funds on them. Personally, I recommend you having at least 5,000 pesos in cash. If you a field health card is also very useful. You can normally get in through the door with most of them with a field health card. And highly recommend getting personal insurance. I know a lot of you guys can't afford it, don't want to pay for it, but it's normally afterwards, when you've had an accident or something, you realise why you bother with it in the first place. The chances of something happening in the Philippines is quite high compared to other places, along with the fact that the medical bills often are just nothing more than a meter constantly on the tick. You know, at the end of the day, it's like sitting in a taxi. You sat there and it's just winding more costs up. The same when guys tell me, well, when I die, the wife gets the house, nothing to worry about. Nobody ever dies straight away. It drags out for at least a month, and most of the time, in that month, they can rack up at least 1,000 pesos a day. So, minimum, you're looking at 30,000. But realistically, it's going to be much higher than that. And the biggest bill I've seen so far is 2.4 million pesos, which cost a house. The reality is, you need to look after yourself. There is certain situations where myself, which is the reason this channel exists, is I've spent 2 o'clock in the morning phoning around trying to get hold of embassy officials and other people to try and get somebody some medical cover. They have no insurance or anything themselves, so quite simply you have to try and get hold of relatives that can cover the medical bills. It's not straightforward. It's not a situation people should put other people in. It's not a situation I recommend anybody doing. And to assume that you're going to be okay assumes that you're going to be fully coherent and able to pay bills regardless of what happens. That's just lunacy. What I do myself is we keep a fixed bank account with a certain fund in it, which covers our medical costs for the Philippines. But personally, me, my wife, my kids don't need that anymore. We have full-blown health insurance for Europe and the Philippines. We've got 3 months a year on our insurance policy for the Philippines, which covers everything. So the point being is, we have full-blown medical insurance. It's what I'd advise other people to do. There's nothing worse than not being able to pay your own medical bills, except possibly the medical bills of a child, medical bills of a loved one, especially if you've had the money available. And I've seen this so many times in the Philippines, because people, it's all mañana, tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start a savings account tomorrow. I'll have a look at the insurance tomorrow. And then sometimes tomorrow doesn't come. That sounds quite a bleak video, but it's quite simply to avoid people having bleak situations. Save your money. Put a little account aside. Just put money in it if you're not going to bother with insurance. If you can get your field health card sorted, get that. Myself, I had mine under my wife because she was the account holder and I was the family member under it. But even then, I still banked money. How much do things cost in the Philippines? An incubator is about 1,000 pesos a day. We've had to pay dialysis before. Dialysis, I think it was about 4,000 pesos a day or something. It soon mounts up. When my wife's father was bad and his medical bills, I think his medical bills come to over 100,000 pesos up until he died. And yes, we was self-funding. We paid it. It wasn't a problem. But the point is, a lot of people ain't got £100,000 pesos available, and ours were prepared to run it for a lot longer if we could save it. So I just want to make you aware, it does mount up very, very fast. And if you're incapacitated, you ain't earning. And I know a lot of guys, this is the thing that I find completely bizarre when they're going to do something. They'll say, I get paid at the end of the month. And I'm sitting there going, why are you living month to month? That's just stupid. You need to have an account where you go, like for example, I want to buy a motorbike. I'll take it out the bank account. No, I'll get it on the tick, so it costs me twice as much for a motorbike. I'll pay it off monthly, and then every month I'm already struggling because I've limited budget. You need to organise your funds better, because at some point it may actually save your life if you do. Thanks for watching.